Today we're going to be installing vinyl baseboard or rubber baseboard, some people call it. So what we're going to use is your caulking gun, wall-based adhesive, and your 4-foot strips of vinyl baseboard or coil. They sell these in rolls as well, and you just roll it out along the wall there. This is a patch job, another patch job. They're gonna replace the whole flooring on this project I'm on. They just wanted a couple tiles that were stained and damaged to replace, and some of this missing baseboard to be replaced. So this is just patch, and we're gonna do that today. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our caulking gun ready. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our caulking gun in here like that and cut the tip off. Alright, we're gonna get our tube ready. So we're gonna use the hole on the side of the caulking gun, and you put it at an angle. You cut it at an angle like that. That way you end up with a mitered edge on your caulking gun. Well, for baseboard you don't really need that. And then you're gonna use, caulking gun comes with a little poke thing, so you're gonna stick it in there on the tip of the caulking gun, and you're just gonna poke the plastic that's inside there. Now the tube is ready to use. I'm gonna insert the tube. Now we're ready to go. Alright, next thing we want to do is we want to do a little wall prep here. You don't want to install your baseboard with an unstable backing or something that you're gonna stick it to. So this wallpaper, you want to remove this. Just make sure you stay below your line. This is where the existing one was. I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of that off. That way, when I install the baseboard, it doesn't by it sticking to here, it won't be flappy. So I'm gonna trim this about right there, maybe 1/2 inch below that line, 1/2 inch below this line here, and then it will remove this. I'll be able to hit the wood, get it right on the wood, and have a firm adhesion. So we're gonna go ahead and just cut here. Remember, I'm trying to do this with one hand. I'm gonna have to stop this so that I could show you the end result, and then I'll come back. Okay, you can see here I went ahead and removed that flappy wallpaper. I got it up. It was down to about right there. So I cut about 2 inches off, and I held it below the top of my baseboard line, about a 1/2 inch. That way you got a nice hard flat surface to stick it to. So we're gonna go ahead and you can take peel some of this off. You don't really have to, but we're gonna go ahead and apply the adhesive to the backboard. I mean to the baseboard. Top here so it could stick real good. Start over here. You want to start low. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand, but this stuff is. So there's your line. You want to start off low and then, tuck the bottom in here like this. Tuck the bottom in, that way you get the nice return onto the floor. So you tuck that in, you push it down, because sometimes they get flat. And then you pretty much just follow the line and press. Have a wet rag handy. You press the top in. Remember, we put that bead at the very top there, so it could adhere to the wall without coming off. We'll put that straight bead on the back side. You see, you're gonna need a cloth to wipe that off right there. A wet cloth. I'll wipe that off later. You see, we have some coming out right there. That's fine. And then you just press this in. Press that in. Nice and evenly, and then you repeat the next process. The next one I'm going to show you is how to do that corner over there. We're going to cut that corner and put that piece in. Okay, so now we're going to put this corner piece in here, and we're going to measure from the wall to the door. It's 9 1/8. I'm gonna come here and measure 9 1/8. Let's go a little bit further back, about a 16th. And we're gonna cut that right there. Not cut it, but that's where our bend is gonna be. We're not gonna cut. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our vinyl and we're gonna bend it right there. Or actually, I'm gonna grab a line on here. That way we know exactly where to do our bend. We'll scribe that down. I'm gonna bend it right there, and then we're gonna shave. We're gonna shave some of that off. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it because I need to put a clamp on here. Okay, so I put a little clamp there because I'm doing this with one hand, so it just helps me keep it straight while I shave the back of it off. So what we're gonna do is that line there, we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna shave that off. We're gonna take our knife and we're gonna shave this off, the back side. We're not gonna cut that off like that. We're just gonna shave part of the vinyl off to where it's thinned out and we could put a nice bend on it. All right, the reason why we shaved, I went ahead and shaved the back of it off. As you can see, there's a difference in color there. And the reason why we shave the back is because if you don't shave it, you see how tight I got that? I was able to fold this and get it tight. Well, by shaving that off, you're able to accomplish that. You're able to get it real nice and tight. If you don't shave it off, it wants to remain open, so it wants to stay like that. And then when you apply it like that without shaving the back, it'll eventually unstick itself from the wall and you're gonna have a gap right there or a bubble. So that's the reason why you shave the back of this vinyl baseboard. You take some of it off. You don't want to take too much of it off, because if you do, this is what happens. Yeah, you'll end up cutting right through there. But that'll give you a nice tight corner piece there so that you could install it. All right, now we're gonna transfer that 9 1/8 line to the front side of this. It's about right here. We're gonna scribe that down into a little framing square. And we're just gonna mark it down here. We're not gonna cut the whole thing. This is just to get our mark. Once we have our mark, we're gonna cut that mark just down there, from here to there. We're gonna make a slit. Once we make that slit, we're gonna come this way and we're gonna cut at an angle. And that's so we could get a nice little miter look to the baseboard and cut it at an angle. So we're gonna end up with a little triangle piece that looks like that. And once we apply it, once we put it in its location, by shaving the back, it's gonna allow us to tuck that nice and tight in the back there. Nice and tight, and then down there in the corner, you see, if you see the existing, where the existing one was, they didn't cut that 45. So this is what happened. It came all the way out here, the old baseboard, and that same rounded edge you have there was up there as well. But by us shaving the back, we're able to tuck that in and make it look like, make it, you know, tuck it in tighter than what it usually will be. So then you want to play with this here a little bit. That way you could get this profile out and make the baseboard pop. So you want to stick your knife in here and overlap your straight cut. Yeah, you want to get this to overlap your straight cut. That way it looks like a 45. There you go. So now we're just gonna apply adhesive and put that on there. And that's how you install a vinyl baseboard, and how to do a corner cut prep, and also how to prep your walls somewhat before you start sticking your baseboard on the wall.